up? Welcome back to the Healing and Hope podcast series with your girl, Nay. What's good? I cannot believe I'm back on camera. I can't believe I'm back on camera. I'm super excited. I just got done hooping. I'm super excited to be back on camera. Sometimes you just really don't know, I don't know. I can't even explain it. But I never thought I'd be back on camera. I got off camera. It's so crazy because I'm gonna try to go ahead and get into the message too. It's good. But I got off camera 2 years ago because I was just watching my old YouTube. At the time it was called 7 Days. 7 Days of Growth. And so, of course, it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. But at the same time, it's the same thing, basically. I just ended up changing the name and going the podcast route because I'm like, I really want people to hear the message. I don't want people to, like when you get on camera, when you make the choice to put out content or whatever, it's like people, they get to see all of you. They get to judge you or whatever. Just everything. Like, they ain't even paying attention to the message. They paying attention to what you look like, what you got on, how you dressed that day, what's on the back wall, what book is that on the bookshelf. You know what I'm saying? Like, all types of crazy stuff. So, it's just like, yeah, I enjoy doing it on the camera, but I just want people to listen to my message. So, that's why, once I have met Chun, and if you go to Apple or Spotify, you will see that I was on my podcast with my co-host Chun at the time after the YouTube, right? So she had a podcast, and after connecting with her, I decided to like, let me try this route. Let me try how this is. Milo, let me try how this. Let me try this, right? So I actually did enjoy it, and y'all gonna see my dog a lot. He's spoiled and just. But I'm about to get him out the way in a minute. Hold on, y'all. See, he already know what's going on. Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. But sit down. Sorry. And y'all know me. Y'all already know how I get down. No edits, no nothing. Raw. It's me, authentic. I don't edit nothing. I don't hide anything. Like, this me. This is my life, When I speak out, what you see is what you get. So I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna go through and try to edit this out or take that out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that. I ain't doing it. It's too much work, first of all. But it defeats the purpose of, I'm not trying to be perfect. And that's why I always knew, like, I'm not gonna relate to everybody. I'm not. If you can't sit and, just enjoy it, I don't know what to tell you. So if you hear some background noise, my bad. But anyway, and if you know me, I be everywhere. But it's the first day back. Like, it's the first day back. But anyways, for those of y'all who do not know me, if you new to Healing and Hope, my name is Lanasia, aka Nay Wilder. That's what I name everything that I create. And so that's like I don't know the correct terminology, but if I create something, it's under Nay Wilder. So I've been doing Healing and Hope for like 4 years. Like I said, it started with, I'm gonna let him finish. It started with 7 Days of Daily Growth, and then I just ended up doing a podcast. I went the podcast route, and so I was like, I'm gonna change it. I ended up changing the name, like rebranding or whatever. And so But it's still the same thing. I just changed some things up, switched some things up, but it's all one. It's so crazy because when I was going through my videos today, I really wanted to delete all of my YouTube videos, but I was like, nah, because it really it's gonna show the growth. So ain't no need to delete it. It just shows where I started, and it really shows, you know, if you compare that to now, you'll just see the growth, and I hope that inspires somebody. It ain't easy, but I feel like it's worth it. It's definitely not easy. I was just reflecting on that before I even got on the camera. Like, I feel like it's getting harder these days to hold on, but you know, I'm a fighter, so that's just what it is. So, um, yeah. So welcome. I already said welcome, but welcome to Healing and Hope. If you're new, that's who I am. And one thing about me is, yeah, you got to keep up. I'm gonna say a lot. So you got to keep up. Also, I'm going to export it. So it will be not only on YouTube, but it's going to be on Apple. It's going to be on Spotify. And I'm going to try to get it to some other podcast places. Because we know some people like to watch this way. Some people just like to listen. I prefer this way. I don't really like to listen to stuff because I get distracted. But, either way, now y'all got it both ways when it comes to healing and hope. So that's exciting. That's exciting. I'm trying to think of anything else. I kind of want to be like, I'm 27 and my favorite color is pink. But I think one thing about it is just I'm gonna just be me. I was nervous. I was like, what am I? I'm always like that though. Whenever I start a new season, I'm like, what am I gonna say? What's gonna happen? Like, God, you got me. But at the end of the day, it's something that I really love to do. So I always end up shocking myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think. We're gonna hop right into it. I know one thing though, one thing about me is that this is not a religious based podcast. It's not a religious based podcast, but I do believe in God. I believe in the Almighty, the one and only. I believe in the Bible. I ain't got this right there. The Bible. I believe in the Bible. God is everything to me. He has really done wonders in my life. He has really pulled me out of the dark. He's really taken me out of a lot. He's taken me through a lot. So, a lot of times, whenever I leave Healing and Hope, because this is season 3, but it really basically season 4, but it's season 3, right? Technically. And so, every time I take time off before because every time I take a time off, I never think I'm coming back. Like, I never think I'm coming back. As much as I love to do this, I never think I'm coming back to it. And I'm going to be posting every week. So, once a week, that's it. Every Sunday, hopefully. But, y'all know how I do. But if you know, you know. But yeah, it's just always everything that I've been through, everything that I've grown from, all my lessons, all my blessings, mostly lessons. But that's just what you get a taste of. You just get a taste of, how much I've grown since I've last spoken out, right? So I think season 2 ended. Season 2 ended what? This year, I think our last episode was in February, and then we did a couple of just off the whim, just some surprise episodes, not too much. Um, but yeah, we back. Well, I'm back. Yeah, I'll talk about hard decisions in the episode, but I had to make the hard decision of coming back by myself. I didn't really want to, but I don't do nothing without making sure that what I do is in alignment with who I'm becoming, in alignment with, my walk of faith. So I just had to, decide to come back. Like, I got the wisdom to, get back up here by myself, and that was hard. I was like, but it's so many times that I don't win against God, after God telling me one thing, I'm going that way. He telling me to go right, I'm going left, literally. And it's always, I always end up right back, like, on my knees, crying, like, trying to do better. So, one thing about Healing and Hope is, like, I just want y'all to be better than me. Like, it's kind of like y'all kind of like when I think about my sisters and brothers and my little cousins, like, just be better than me. Like, you know how when we growing up, we don't want to listen to nobody, you know, like we coming up and we, you know, you trying to tell them like, hey, look, it's hard out here. You know, they don't listen. They got to learn for themselves. It's like, I'm just trying to go ahead and nip it in the bud for y'all and help y'all out. Like, I'm telling you, just go the right way. Just go the right way. Sometimes God got to use one person and put them through a lot to be able to show other people like what not to do for real. Like somebody got to take on that role in life for real. Like somebody got to take on that role in life, but it's up to other people to listen. One thing I'm not finna do, I'm for who I'm for, so I'm not gonna make nobody take what they hear. Like I'm not gonna make somebody like this is not me telling y'all to you don't do it or else. No, you do what you want to do. I just do what I do. But I'm here to tell you, take it from me. Learn to take heed. Learn to listen. It's okay. I got mentors. I learn from other people. I'm taught by other people as I walk my faith life. And honestly, one thing about it, if you want to know more, if you're interested, let me know. Because, yeah, we can get into that too. I take my faith life seriously. I'm very passionate about my faith life. So to chop it up, I just wanted y'all to know it's not religion based. It's not a religion based podcast. Any walk of life can come listen to me, but I do believe in God and he gonna get all the glory. So if I'm speaking and I say God did, it is what it is. You know, that's just my story. That's just my walk. That's my life. I can't help that. That's my life. So I'm gonna give him the glory. I'm never gonna be like, oh yeah, I did that. I came out of that. I went through this and I made it out. No, because that's definitely not the case, right? So yeah, I think that's it. I just want to tell y'all that because if you gonna get sick and tired of hearing God did, this is probably your last episode. It's probably, go listen to my old ones because it's really rare. Like God has always been in my episodes, but I think this season is definitely the season where I probably reference him a lot because he's the more I walk with him and chosen to walk with him, the more he has he put me through the fire. But he's shown me so much. He's given me so much, and it's not just material things. Like he's done a lot. So as I touch on different topics, is basically what I'm saying. You might hear a story about something. I'm just saying like it's not religion based, but when I'm touching on topics, he might come up more than likely 10 times out of 10. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it, y'all. I just. This is crazy. I never imagined being back on camera. I gotta take a moment. But I ain't gonna take too much of a moment because I'm ready to eat. I still gotta eat. I gotta go out and get my food. But yeah, let me get some water and I'm gonna hop into it. I'm gonna hop into it. So tonight's episode is about war. It's about war. It's called War Is. And y'all know I'm a writer. I do a little poetry, you know. So it's a little poetic, but it's not gonna come out as poetic because I'm probably gonna just go off the deep end every time. But the way when I was writing in my notes, it was coming out so poetic. So I'll probably make it into a poem, I'll probably make this episode into some type of poem to share. But war is real. War is real. And when I was writing this, I was like, I'm getting emotional because a lot of people don't even know or realize that we really in war. Like, we out here fighting for our lives. Like, a lot of people don't know that. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, we really at war. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be at a certain level of consciousness to really see that and understand that. Like 2-3 years ago, I was at war, but I didn't know I was at war, so I couldn't do nothing about it. I was just losing. I was taking L after L after L after L after L. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes in war, things do be looking good. Like, sometimes you do, you do got sometimes in life, like, good things happening, you having fun, you partying or whatever, but whole time, you really in war, you really losing. Like, you just don't know it. You just don't know it. It feel good, but you don't you don't even know. So one of the things that God really showed me, right, was like, you at war. You know, you at war with your life, like with your heart, everything. Like you are at war. Like there's something out there that wants you to lose. You know, there's something out there that wants you to fall, to stay in the dark. To always be where you are. There's something out there that wants you to be bound. You know, and I think when you realize that you at war, it's like, okay, this makes sense. This makes perfect sense. This makes sense, right? So when I realized I was at war, I was like, man, this is crazy. No wonder I can't break these cycles for real. Like if you go listen to Healing and Hope, if you go listen to my YouTube videos, my podcast, season 1, season 2, you will notice that I repeat a lot of the same things because I'm in these cycles that I'm trying to break, I'm trying to heal from, but not realizing that I'ma never break them. I'ma never heal from it because I'm in a war. I'm fighting a war I don't even know that I'm in. That I'm fighting. I'm not even fighting because I don't even know I'm in the war. So how can I do anything? How can I win anything if I don't know I'm even in the war? How can I break a cycle? How can I break free from anything if I don't know I'm fighting the war? Like you if you don't know, you're gonna always be in the loop because you don't know. You don't recognize, you don't see it, right? So I'm gonna pick this back up. So it's like that's how it was for me. Like how it's like, wow, no wonder I ain't really healing. Like I take some steps forward, but I'm still doing the same things. I'm still falling victim to the same. Like I'm still losing. I'm still going through the same thing. What's up? I'm still repeating the same cycles. Why is that? Because I'm in a war, and I don't know that I'm at war. Once you recognize you at war, that's when you can fight back. You can, you cannot fight back if you don't even know that you in a fight. You feel me? It's just only thing you can do is get beat up. Seriously, only thing you can do is get beat up. That's it. That's really the only thing. Only things you can do is get attacked. That's the only thing. You feel me? But the war, though, the war is in your heart and it's in your mind. It's in your heart and it's in your mind. I always speak on this. It's the light versus the dark. You know? But sometimes you so in the dark that you don't even know, like, there could be some light. You know what I'm saying? You can't even acknowledge the light because you're so deep in the dark. You so deep down in the trenches. Um, you so deep in the mud, you so deep in depression, you so deep in so many things, anxiety, you so deep in a bottle of liquor, you so deep in smoke, in the and I when I speak, I promise you I'm not judging nobody. But that's just the reality of it. We be so deep in things. We be numbing things. You cannot fight a war when you numb. You cannot fight a war when you cannot see clearly. That's why I stopped smoking weed. I cannot fight a war if I cannot even see clearly. So don't get, like I said, I'm just telling my story, but that's just the reality of it. You cannot fight back when you're deep in depression. You cannot do that. Why? Because you are in your bed. You are sleeping all the time. You know what I'm saying? You cannot fight a war when you fighting up here. When it's negativity up here, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. That's just real. That's just the truth. That's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like every day is a battle. When you at war every day, when they at war across the sea, and then, I'm gonna touch on like physical war too, because when they at war, across the country, across the seas, whatever. I'm not for sure. I don't get into all that politics and wars. I'm gonna be real. Y'all know I'm gonna be real. I don't get into all that. I'm just be honest. I don't know too much, but I'm pretty sure when they at war every day. They see that every day. And you know why I don't get it? Because I don't want to sound insensitive. Because I've never seen it personally. I've never seen a physical war while I've been on this earth. Like right at our doorstep, I've never seen it, so I cannot relate to that. Like I don't know how that feel. I know it's a lot. I know it's destructive. I know it's painful. I know it's hurtful. I do know that much. I know it's really sad to see, but I can't really speak on something I've never experienced. I've never experienced it. But what I do know is that it's probably something that is every day. It's something that does not stop. And I can relate to that. I can relate being at war in my life, in my everyday life. You know what I'm saying? So it's every day, but it's like you gotta figure out, okay, who are you gonna let win? What you gonna what who gonna win? Who gonna win the war? And when that's kind of where this subject really came to me, because I'm conscious enough to know that I'm at war every day. So I always gotta ask myself, okay, Nate, who you gonna let win? Who gonna win today? The light or the dark? So to me, it really depends on what you put in your heart and your mind into, what you choosing to consume, what you choosing to listen to, what you choosing to watch, what you choose to tell yourself, what you choose to indulge in, what you choose to be around, who you choose to be around. You know, all that matters. Everything about it matters. All that matters. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is, because I'm getting this video done. Y'all already know. But yes, yeah. And it's like a lot of people think that it's a war, against yourself. Like you think it's, in a way it is. Like it is a war against you, but it's also a war waging inside of you too. It's also war inside of you too. It's not just, a lot of people think life happening to them, like, oh, this happening to me, this happening to me. But you gotta check inside yourself first. We be at war with ourselves too. A war be happening within ourselves too, and I think that's really the war you gotta choose to fight first. You gotta choose to fight the war within yourself first, because that's how once you choose to fight the war that's going on within yourself, then you can win a war that's going on around you. Then you can win against everybody and everything else that's trying to come up against you. You know how to handle things better. You know how to react better. You know what I'm saying? Cause you able to see, like, okay, I know what this is. I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what's happening here. You cannot, you know what I'm saying? You cannot. I'm not saying you untouchable. Cause even like today, like on some days, I be feeling real funky. Like I'm feeling it. Sometimes I be losing. And that's why it's a choice. Who you gonna let win? You know. But you always gotta choose, like, what side am I gonna fight on? You gotta help that side. So like when it comes to the war inside of you, you gotta be like, okay, am I gonna help the light or the dark side? You feel me? Am I gonna walk in my light or am I gonna walk in my dark? Am I gonna choose to lay in this and go darker, go deeper into it, or am I gonna choose to find a way to get out of this? Am I gonna talk to myself better? Am I gonna listen to something that's gonna get me dancing, get me moving? Am I gonna read something that's gonna lift my spirits? It's all about what you choose. You know, it's not and it's not easy. It's not easy. I'm telling you. Sometimes it's not easy. So the one thing I want to say is that even, a battle is usually never won alone. It's never alone. And I want to reference David and Goliath. Um, when he went out to fight Goliath, he was not alone. He trusted and he had confidence in God. He remembered how God had always helped him as a shepherd. So he knew that God would help him beat someone who seemed undefeatable in the eyes of everyone else. So it's like, that's what I be having to tell myself. Like, who am I going to help win today? Am I going to help the light side? Because it's not, you got to, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you got to help. You got to do the work. You got to help too. You can't just think the battle going to win itself. You got to make a choice. What am I going to do? What am I going to choose today? Am I going to choose this side or that side? Am I going to choose to lose or am I going to choose to fight back? You got to help. That war it's not going to get won alone. You're not going to win that war. It's not going to, whatever the war is, it's not, you have to make up the heart. You got to make up the mind to want to win it, to help. Like I said, you got to choose to do things that's going to help you get up out of it. So it's like, who we gonna let win, y'all? Like, who we gonna let win? The light or the dark? The negative or the positive? You know? So, war is not easy. And I kind of said this already, but there's different battles to be fought, wins and losses, casualties. It comes with so much sacrifice, obedience, strategy, strength, obstacles, faith, confidence. It's giving life. It's giving life. That's life, right? That's life. Life isn't easy. It comes with so much. It's not easy. Life ain't easy. But it's so funny. I was listening to one of my old YouTube videos, and it's like you just get stronger, but you gotta choose to get stronger. Every battle you go through, every fight you go through, it should only make you stronger. Yeah, you might lose it, but if you go back to the drawing board, you got strategy, you got confidence, you got faith. You add a little bit of strength to that, you're gonna get stronger. If you learn to listen, you learn from your loss. You can even learn from your wins. It's crazy. I was listening to G Herbo. One thing he said was he appreciate the lessons and the blessings that he keep getting to his. You gotta appreciate both. You gotta learn from both. Just because you win don't mean you all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? No. Contemplate and evaluate the win too. How did I win that? What did I do? How can I even make this part better so I can continue to win? So that I can win 3 more. So that's the type of energy you gotta have. You can't think, oh, just because you won, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. No. You gotta stay humble. You gotta stay humble about your wins and you gotta build off that win. You know? So we have to have a winner's mindset. Like no matter what we up against. We gotta have a winner's mindset. And one of the things that my mentors they always tell us, we always talk about is mindset. Like mindset is so important. Like the most thing that my mentors build in us is the way we think. The way we think. The way you think is so important. It really determines whether you finna win or lose. Seriously. The way you think, and I be reflecting, like when I have my bad days, I really go deep and I really reflect because it's like I ain't thinking right. Something not right up here, something not right up here. In here. So what's going on? You know, and sometimes I really don't know. And that's not good. We just got the mindset that that's not even good when you don't know what's going on. Because when you don't know what's going on, how can you, when you don't know how the enemy is attacking you, how can you fight back, right? So now that I know that, like I try to be, because I'm good at saying I don't know what's wrong with me today. I don't know, and I leave it at that. But I still stay stuck, you know. So it's like it is. When I thought about it, I'm like, man, that's right. Like when you know what's going on, when you can pinpoint, when you can put your finger on it, then you can fight it back. You can do what you need to do to overcome it to win. So it's all about your mindset. It's all about the way you think. The way you think is so important, and I think that's something that we as people really gotta work on. Like, how are we thinking in this moment? What is my mind telling me? You know. And when it comes to a war, when it comes to battles, you gotta have a winner's mindset. When it comes to life, you gotta have a winner's mindset to defeat and overcome what's against you. Even if it's yourself, like sometimes you gotta overcome and defeat yourself. I was just saying this today. Like sometimes it's me. Well, a lot of times when it's us, we hate to see that it's us. Like I'm one of them. Like I don't mind looking at myself and self reflecting, but sometimes I don't like that. Like I'm the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't be liking that sometimes because it's like I still like God be trying to get me right on this part, but I still want to just make sure, like, you know, because sometimes I feel like I don't deserve to have a bad day because God has given me so much and He done so much for me. So I feel like you don't even deserve, you know, you should be good. You should be fighting. Like, you don't know, you don't deserve to feel bad, you know. But when I was reflecting tonight, I was like, man, that's so unrealistic. Like, God don't even want me to think like that, you know, because I'm going to have a bad day. But it's all about seeing and recognizing, like, and sometimes I forget personally that I'm at war. Like even within myself. So like when I have a bad day, sometimes I can sink in it and I can forget like, dang, now you really at war, so you really need to get right. You know, sometimes I don't think like that. So it's really about the way you think. It's about your thought process. You know, you gotta recognize. You know, you can never forget that you in war. That you at war every day. You can never forget that. Like every day, you gotta wake up with a winner's mindset, knowing that either yourself or something out there is gonna try to knock you. Is gonna try to win today, but you like, you know, like ain't nothing gonna win today. And ain't nothing wrong with a bad day, but it's all about, you know, sometimes we have bad days, but I feel like, shoot, you go through a whole day and it's just a bad day. Make sure you at least try to go to sleep on good note, or just have this thought like joy coming in the morning. It's gonna be better. So yeah, we just gotta have a winner's mindset. Um, and I think a winner's mindset is something that we gotta like grow into. I don't feel like a winner mindset come naturally for everybody. I know some people out there like, I always had a winner's mindset. I was born a winner. Whatever. You got it. You got it. Okay. Not everybody got a winner's mindset, you know. So it is something that can come. You know, it's something that you can grow into. It's something that you can learn. It's something that I'm right here telling you is what we need. Focus on how you thinking. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to get one. It's never too late. It's never too late. This life will really try to keep you bounded, keep you stuck in the dark. You gotta gain a winner's mindset to defeat that, to come out of that. Like these cycles that we be stuck in, man. Like I be seeing, I'm just like, you know, it's crazy, but that's how life works. They want like generation after generation after generation. They want us to be stuck in these cycles, never choosing to break them. Still doing the same things. It don't matter what it is. still doing same things that's keeping you stuck right where you are. Like every time you turn around, every year you're still in the same place. And I'm not talking physically, I'm talking mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You in the same place. You still going through the same mess, the same things. You still dying inside. Nothing is better. They want us to stay there. Well, I ain't gonna say they. I ain't gonna say they. I'm gonna take that back. But it's something that wants us to stay there. Something about the enemy wants us to stay there. And I'm gonna be real. I probably use the enemy a lot. I'm gonna just be real. It's like I can't help what I've grown into and what I've learned. So I can't help but to reference. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I can't help but just reference the terminology that I'm used to right now in my life, if that makes sense. So however you wanna take that out and use something else, that's on you. But I'm here to tell you the enemy, okay, the enemy want us to stay there, want us to go through the same life cycles, want us to feel like this is life, this is how it's supposed to be. But let me tell you one thing. I'm gonna just say this: God never intended our lives to look how our lives look. And a lot of times, I'm not talking about materialistic things. I'm not talking about materialistic things. And that's why I really wanted to delete my YouTube and anything else and just start fresh. But I just want y'all to see the growth that God has done within me, even from the way I talk and the things that I talk about. A lot of times I want to say, dang, the message I was putting out was wrong. But that's just where I was in life. Because to be honest, I do feel like my seasons before this and my YouTube really helped grow me and get me to where I am now. I feel like, God started and he was like, okay, now let me give you more. Let me give you something else. Let me give you the real. Let me help you really I get too much into it, but let me take you under my wing. It's time. But anyways, I don't want to go too far left. I don't think I already said this, but y'all know I got my notes, but yeah. So yeah, like the enemy want to keep us, like to a point where we don't even realize like there's hope. You know, so much darkness. We don't even and I talked about this on the episode before. Like we don't have no hope, and a lot of people. I think a lot of people like, how is this possible? How is it possible for my life to have light within it when all I know is dark? How is it possible for me to stand on top of a mountain when all I've been is in the valley, in the trenches, in the mud? This all I know. How can I change my life around? I'm so familiar with this. How can I be different? Not like this who I am, this who I'ma always be. I can't I don't see like I think that's really sad. I think that's sad that's our reality. That we don't there's so much darkness surrounding us that we don't even hope for light. We don't hope for better. And I know like out there it's changing a little bit, but it's still, mindsets out there like that. Like, yeah, I think it's sad. But there's a light that's out there that wants to overpower your darkness, like for real. I'm telling you. And it's not easy because I was just talking about this the other day. Like, there's still some, like, I most of the time, for the most part, you know, I operate out of my light, but there's still like dark in me. Like, even when I have a bad day, that's dark. That's that dark trying to come in, and keep me from doing what I gotta do. Keep me from continuously breaking chains. Cause the enemy don't want you to break no chain. Come on now. The enemy wants you to keep doing the same thing you've been doing. Because that's how the enemy win the war. When you still doing the same thing that you've been doing. You know? And like I said, then there's some people that might be like, oh, I got some light, but do it always stay though? It's possible for that light to overpower the darkness and keep the darkness away. Even when you got a bad day, like I was just saying, even when you have a bad day, you up here, you got such a winner's mindset. I'm a win that as soon as the dark comes, you know how to get it up out of you. You know what I'm saying? Some people can say, yeah, I got some light, but how long does it remain before you back in the dark again for weeks and for days? That's not, no. Yeah, it may come, but you should be able to get it up out of there that same day. I had a bad funky day today. Guess what? The dark is gone. I'm excited about the rest of my night. I'm excited to be up here doing this. I got some studying to do. I'm having some crap. You know what I'm saying? You know, spend time with God. You know, because it's supposed, no, like, yeah, I had a bad day, but I could choose to have a bad day tomorrow and tomorrow and the next day. Like, I could make up my mind right now in this moment and say, oh, I had a bad day today, so tomorrow gonna be the worst day. And the next, oh, this whole week, I'm just over it. But that's not, I done lost the war thinking like that. I done lost the battle. I done lost the fight thinking like that. You feel me? I done lost thinking like that. No, we ain't doing that. So it's like, you can say you got some light all you want to. Like, you can feel that way, but how long does it stay? Or how quickly do you get answer that question. Riddle me that. How long does that light stay? So, yeah. And war is not pretty. It's not pretty. And that's something that I literally have to remember because I try to get out of my perfectionist attitude all the time. But war is not pretty. Like, literally, before I got here, like, I pray. Of course, I pray. And right here lately, today has been a little funky. But this whole week has been a little bit crazy for me. So, I've been doing a lot of, like, realizing and repenting and crying. War is not pretty. Because I've been, to be truthful, to be transparent, I've been a little unfocused. Like, I gotta get focused. I gotta get back right. So, I'm praying for a good week. Time then went back, right? I think. Anyway, we gained an hour to get some more sleep. So I hope that helped me because I was up at 7 o'clock this morning. I woke my dog and took me a shower at 7 o'clock. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was very shocked. So I hope that really put some in me, okay? But war is not pretty. Some battles you lose and you don't even know how to come back from them. You know, because I think it's been an ill week for me. But but it's like that's the thing though. I personally live a life where I know how to come back. So I'm very happy and excited for this week. I know I'm gonna have to fight every day of the week, but look, I'm excited. But war's not pretty. War come with tears, snotty nose. It come with a lot of having to realize who you really are in certain moments, you know. And sometimes you realize, like, I still got some stuff I need to work on. Excuse me. It's not always easy looking at yourself. It's not. And then some battles you losing them the same battle. Some battles you just keep losing the same. Like, good gracious, is this again? When am I gonna win it? Like, when am I gonna win this battle right here? And I think the battles that you always lose be the most like hurtful ones because you like, man, why I keep losing this battle? Like some battles are easy to win and some just hard. I'm telling you, but you just gotta keep going. You really got. That's when you gotta. I think that's when you gotta dig the deepest. The battles that keep coming up that you keep losing, That's when you gotta dig the deepest and really look at yourself, really look what's in your heart, really look. Okay, well, where is this stemming from? Where is this coming from? Why is this happening? So it's like you just gotta go to the drawing board and you gotta figure it out. Why is this happening? And honestly, truthfully, it's probably because you refuse to learn from it. You refuse to learn from it. You refuse to see that you're not as strong as you think you are. And you should think about moving carefully when it comes to fighting this particular battle. And I need to hear that because I wrote this like I don't know when I wrote these notes, but yeah, yeah. Because a lot of times I think I'm strong. Like I think, and I think that's why God can humble me a lot. Because I think like God, I got this. Like I've been doing good, Like I ain't been stumbling. I've been doing my thing. I've been walking this path. Like I'm straight. And something come up, and I realized like, dang, I'm still weak. I'm still a weak individual who not as strong as I think I am, and that's okay. Like that's what I got. That's how real I am with myself, and I think that's what a lot of people lack. Like a lot of people think, oh, I got this. I'm strong. I can do. No, sometimes you gotta recognize you're weak. That you're not as strong as you think you are, and that's okay. That is okay. Sometimes you gotta keep it real with yourself. Be 100 with yourself. That is okay. Don't shy away from being 100 with yourself. Don't shy away with the fact, like, maybe I'm still going through this because I refuse to learn the lesson. I refuse to look at myself. I refuse to look at the situation. I refuse to understand it. I refuse to get to the nitty gritty of it. I refuse to dig deep. Like, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why I keep going through this. Maybe that's why I keep seeing it. That's why I keep losing this particular battle. Because I don't want to see. Because I don't want to acknowledge. Because I don't want to understand it. So that be the, and this is how I was when I was behind the podcast. This y'all ain't seen me in 2 years. So this when I was on the podcast, this how I was giving it up. Now y'all can really see how I was giving it up behind the podcast. But yeah, yeah. Because eventually you want to win your battles. You know what I'm saying? Eventually you want to win the war that you keep, not the war, I keep saying war, but, within war there's battles. So eventually you would want to win the battle that you keep losing. You keep coming against the same thing. And you keep losing. You gotta withdraw. And you like look around and you know what I'm saying? Casualties. It's all types of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure. You would want to win eventually. Whether it's just one battle, two battles, three battles that you keep losing within your life, it don't matter. We all got different battles. We all got different battles, and we all got multiple battles within our own personal war. And you can have, I don't know what it, I don't even want to put a number on it. Like I said, you can have multiple battles within your own personal war and within your life, right? So you could be winning certain battles and you could be losing other ones. Whether it's 1, 2, 3, whatever the area in your life is, only you would know. I don't know. Because only I know what I be battling and what I be up against and what I lose and what I be winning. You know what I'm saying? And what I keep losing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like only I would know, only you would know. So take it, like what I say, take it and apply it to your own life. Don't take what I say and try to make it fit in a way where you're trying to make my situation fit to you. No, take it and apply it to your situation, to your war, to your battle. And that goes for anything that I ever speak. Apply it to your own situation. See yourself. Don't see me, see yourself. Right? See yourself. That's the only way it works, when you're able to see yourself within something. But eventually, the battles that you keep losing, you're going to want to win them. So you got to be able to see it for what it is. And I'm about to wrap this up. I got to go. But lastly, war is you versus everything else. War is you versus everything else, including yourself, including your own heart. your own mind. That's why it's good to work on your mind and change your heart. Because your own mind can go against you. Your own heart can go against you. The Bible already tell you, lean not on your own understanding. The Bible tell you that the heart, I ain't gonna tell you what they say because I can't remember it. Oh my gosh. Maybe I gotta look it up now. So that's not the one I was looking for, but it's like God tells us, I think he do tell us like our heart can really be something that can really be against us too. Cause like you can know what you can know what you want to do, but your heart can be telling you the wrong thing to do. Because of our heart, our hearts, it's our emotions, it's how we feel. Like above all else, guard your heart because everything you do stems from it. So it's like, in a way, that's not like, oh, I gotta be guarded. Oh, I can't open up my heart to nobody. No, guard your heart from the evil one, baby. Because there's war going on in your heart. Guard your heart from the evil one. Because the evil one the enemy can use your heart. And you could go against everything that you stand for and that you believe in because of your heart. Because of the things in your mind. So yeah, war is everything. Wait, I'm sorry. War is you versus everything else, including yourself. So it's not just you versus you versus them. It's you versus everything else, including yourself. That's war, and that's real. And that's something that you should not forget. We are at war. And if you didn't know, now you know. And I think this is the message, and I'm telling y'all because I did not know. I didn't know until God showed it to me. He told it to me. He sat me down and he said, this is why. Because you are up against you. This world is up against you. And the enemy is up against you. And that's why you are where you are and you cannot get out of it. And he sat me down and said, I'm going to help you win this war. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to lead you. I'm going to show you how to win this war. But you gotta want that help. You gotta want me to help you. You gotta help me help you. What I say, a war is not. You do not win a war alone. Nobody that's fighting a war is going out there by themselves. Back to the physical wars. Nobody is going like you don't see an army of one when they are physically fighting wars. You see You see everybody. You see everybody. A war is not. It's not. You're not gonna win it. So even if God want to help you win your war, right? You gotta help Him. And it was something else I had wanted to say too, but I can't remember. But I think that's pretty much it. I think that's it. I think that's my message for the night. I know for my first episode back, I came in really strong, but that's what you should expect. That's what you should expect for the rest of the season. Like I just wanted to show you I wanted to show y'all what to expect for the rest of the season. Pretty much, like we getting straight to the point. We getting straight to it, and that's just what it is. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be speaking, but it's just it's one of them seasons. I'm excited. I'm excited to open up and share my story with y'all. A lot of things that I've been dealing with, a lot of things I've been going through, a lot of things that I had to. God put me through the fire this past 2 years, for real. Well, this past year, I say this past year, God really, yeah, like starting last year, so it's about to be a year. This past year, God has really put me through the fire. I'm telling you, And sometimes I'm still walking through the fire because I still got more to learn. You know, I still got more to realize and understand about myself and about my life and about my personal war. You know, but you gotta want the help. You know, and you gotta help too. You gotta put in that effort. You gotta make the decision. You gotta make the choices. I always say, like, one thing about it is, you know, we smart. We know what we doing. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know when I like, but then again, sometimes we might not. So it's like you got to be conscious. You know, when you conscious, the more conscious you are, the more you can make a better choice because you know what to do and what not to do. And so when you decide to go against what you know you should do, then you're gonna feel that, and you gotta be prepared to feel that, right? But at the end of the day, like once you feel whatever happened, every choice got a consequence. Learn from it. Learn from it. Grow from it. At the end of the day, we still human. We humans. We humans. So it is nothing. War is not easy. It's not pretty. It's real. You know. But my message was to just tell y'all that we at war. We at war with the enemy who wants us to stay locked up. Stay locked up. Deep in depression, deep in anxiety, deep in mental health, deep in the weed, deep in the lavish lifestyle, the luxury, deep in all this crazy stuff. That's not really important, you know. But to each his own. I'm here to tell you, it ain't really. It's not, you know. My mentor said one time, you go ask the richest person, are you satisfied? They gonna say no. Why? Because they gonna be wanting more, 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 more. Who wanna live a life where you always want more? That's another battle that we fight. Always wanting more. We fighting, and like I said, everybody battles are different. I only know what I fight every day. I don't know what y'all fighting, but I'm just here to help you recognize and realize you at war. Whatever you up against, it's up for you to realize. You got like I had to, even though I realized like, oh man, okay, I'm at war. I still had to realize, okay, well, what is Lanasia personally at war at? What is up against me? And one of those things was myself. But what other things like in this world that's up against me? You know what I'm saying? You know. So war is you versus everything else, including yourself. But it's up to you to realize, okay, what is my everything else? What am I battling that's keeping me like this? That's keeping me in the dark, that's keeping me down. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. I'm not editing nothing. I'm not editing anything. This is just what it is. I'm glad and thankful to be back up here. I pray you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, from my heart to yours, good night.